In the world of racing, some moments are so unbelievable that they leave us questioning the very laws of physics. These are the moments that define the unpredictability and madness of motorsports. From drivers making insane escapes to races going completely haywire, motorsport is filled with moments that defy logic. Let's dive into some of the most insane and crazy moments in racing history. We begin with one of the most legendary escapes in motorsport. Picture this. A driver is speeding down the track so close to disaster, yet somehow he makes it out unscathed. It's the kind of close call that makes your heart stop and your breath catch in your throat. But nothing happened. The driver walked away, and the world got to witness an insane moment where the laws of nature almost seemed to break. But this moment is just the beginning. Speaking of insanity, let's take a look at one of the most reckless moves ever seen in motorsport. This is the kind of move that has you questioning the driver's sanity. What was he thinking? How could anyone possibly take such a risk? And yet, he did it. Thankfully, no one was hurt, but it's a moment that still makes you wonder what goes through a driver's head in those crucial moments. The danger was real, but luckily the outcome wasn't as catastrophic as it could have been. Now let's get to a race that perfectly encapsulated the thrill and unpredictability of Formula One. The 2007 European Grand Prix. It started as a regular race with drivers navigating the track without much issue. But it didn't take long for chaos to descend. Within just a few laps, the rain started to fall and the track quickly turned into a lake. It became impossible for the drivers to maintain control. 6 cars spun out, collided, or found themselves off the track. The race was halted and the drivers were forced to wait. But when the race resumed, it got even more intense. The battle for the lead between Felipe Massa and Fernando Alonso was heating up. The two legends were fighting tooth and nail for that top spot. Each lap brought them closer, but neither driver would back down. It became a race of pure will, and the tension between them was palpable. But then, something unexpected happened. Both drivers got desperate. The pressure mounted, and in the blink of an eye it all came crashing down. The race became controversial, and the F1 community would be talking about it for years to come. So, who was to blame for the incident? Was it Alonso's fault for being too aggressive? Or did Massa misjudge the situation? The incident left a bitter taste, but it's a moment that showcased the fierce competitive spirit of two of the greatest drivers in F1 history. Let's move on to another insane moment from a race where drivers were fighting for positions that most would consider insignificant, P13. But in the world of racing, every position matters. Pastor Maldonado was involved in an outrageous moment, taking things way too seriously. He went all out to defend his position, but what ensued was pure madness. Luckily, nothing happened to his competitor, Esteban Gutierrez, but the moment was so ridiculous that you had to laugh at how seriously they were taking such a small position on the grid. From the ridiculous to the legendary, let's talk about one of the coolest drivers in the sport, Kimi Räikkönen. Known for his laid-back attitude and love for speaking his mind, Kimi is also the man who made the impossible seem effortless. There was one moment at the Belgian Grand Prix at Spa that perfectly encapsulated Kimi's legendary status. During a race, another driver suffered an engine failure and smoke filled a section of the track, making it impossible for others to see. Most drivers would have backed off, slowed down, and driven cautiously. But not Kimi. He didn't lift. He didn't even flinch. He powered through the smoke as if nothing was wrong. That's the kind of fearless attitude that has made Kimi a fan favorite for years. But now let's circle back to the dramatic showdown between Massa and Alonso. As both drivers fought for the top spot, things escalated quickly. In the heat of the battle, Alonso tried to make a daring move to overtake Massa for the lead. In doing so, he collided with Massa's McLaren, breaking off part of Alonso's side pod. It was a costly mistake for Alonso, but he didn't give up. With only a few laps left, he fought his way back to the top and claimed victory. However, the drama didn't end there. After the race, Alonso confronted Massa, expressing his displeasure with how things unfolded. Who was at fault for the incident? Was it Alonso's aggressive driving, or was Massa's defense too much to handle? Now let's talk about one of the most chaotic and dangerous races in F1 history, The 1998 Belgian Grand Prix at Spa. This race started with utter chaos. The rain came down hard, and visibility was almost zero. 11 drivers were taken out of the race within the first few laps. It was a miracle no one was seriously hurt. Despite the horrible conditions, the race continued, and many drivers managed to restart and carry on. But the challenge they faced was unimaginable. Imagine driving at speeds of nearly 200 miles per hour with zero visibility, with no headlights to guide your way. It was a terrifying experience, but one that showed the true resilience and bravery of the drivers. Moving on to another legendary race, the 1982 Monaco Grand Prix. Renault driver René Arnoux was in prime position to take the victory after earning pole position. He created a substantial gap, and it looked like the race was his for the taking. But then disaster struck. Arnoux lost control of his car on lap 14, allowing Alain Prost to take the lead. The drama didn't end there. The rain began